Hello! This is Way of Weinstein. Wherever you may be and however you may be watching, live in the financial district of New York City, Facebook Live and YouTube, here to do a complete spoiler review of Avengers Infinity War, the highest grossing opening weekend movie of all time, raking in over $257 million. Congratulations, taking down both Star Wars movies, The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi. Damn, that's impressive. Okay, so again, if you have not seen Avengers Infinity War, don't watch this now. As much as I want you to watch my stuff, don't watch it now. Don't. Go see the movie. Go see it. Then you can watch it either on Facebook or YouTube at Way of Weinstein. Again, this has spoilers. I'm going to break down all of them. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. As you can see, I'm wearing my Spider-Man t-shirt. I thought he was great. So here's what I'm going to break down during this review. I'm going to talk about my favorite characters, my favorite team-ups, my favorite parts, what I didn't like, which wasn't much, what characters are still left, and who's gone, and what I thought of the end credit scene. So, here are my favorite characters. These are in no order. I just have my top 5, not including Thanos, because let's be honest, Josh Brolin as Thanos was incredible. I mean, he was teased since the first Avengers back in 2012, and I was one of the people in the theater like, who's that purple dude? And then I had to ask the person next to me saying, oh, he's this, and this. He's the most powerful person in the entire Marvel universe, and he's like the biggest, baddest villain. And we saw him a little bit in Guardians, and we saw him at the end of the second Avengers, and the whole marketing campaign, the trailers, and he was fantastic from his emotional depth to his whole ideological reason of, I need to wipe out half of the planet in order to... Dad, if you haven't seen Avengers Infinity War yet, don't watch this now. I know you want like watching my stuff later when it airs, but I'm going to go into spoilers. I don't want to ruin Avengers Infinity War for you, so don't watch it now. So his reason of wanting to exterminate half the planet, and it wasn't that he chose any group. It was completely random. Rich, poor, whatever ethnic, racial, or colored skin. It was completely random. And he did that because there's only a certain amount of resources. And, okay, good job, Dad. Tune out. I don't want to ruin the movie for you. It's a great movie. You should see it. So, and the whole point is that with a villain, you want to believe that the villain to himself believes that they're the hero. Which Thanos obviously did. So I love that. So next up, Thor. Thor was great from his beginning scene to his team ups throughout the movie to getting Stormbreaker. I absolutely loved him. I mean, he was great. I love Stormbreaker. I had no idea Peter Dinklage was going to be in this movie. I love seeing him interact with him and then taking the force of the dying star. Loved it. I'm going to talk about him more in my favorite parts and my favorite team-ups. Next, Doctor Strange. So, Doctor Strange isn't in my top 10 Marvel movies, but overall in this movie, he was fantastic. He was such a badass against Thanos when wielding the Time Stone. And when he viewed the 14 million different possibilities they can win, I gotta believe that him giving the Infinity Stone to Thanos was some part of a bigger plan, which in Feige we trust. I mean, Benedict Cumberbatch was fantastic in the role. And next up, so Gamora. So I saw Infinity War twice. The first time I saw it, I just was really sad, just because a lot of people die, which I'll get into later. And I was like, no, but like how this dude died. But if you didn't know, Spider-Man 2 is already in production, so they're going to bring him back. And also, Black Panther. Black Panther, you don't have $1 billion movie just say, no, we don't want singles. Black Panther's coming back. So, oh yeah, Yanks scored a run. So, yeah, Spider-Man and Black Panther are coming back. And so, with Gamora, how she was the only person that knew where the Soul Stone was. And when she was talking to Star-Lord saying, I know something, and if I tell you, it's going to get you killed. Just the emotional depth in seeing how her and Star-Lord just confessed their love, and seeing how much she cared about Thanos when she thought she killed him, and her being the one thing that Thanos loved in order to make the sacrifice to get the Soul Stone. I thought Zoe Saldana's performance was amazing. I thought the little girl who played young Gamora, I thought she was a great child actress as well. I mean, she was just fantastic. I mean, I really like the first Guardians. I didn't like the second Guardians. It's probably my bottom 3 Marvel movies. Overall, she did great. And 2 more characters that are like, obviously, my dude Iron Man. He's my favorite overall superhero. The quips between Iron Man and Doctor Strange were amazing. And the fact that when he fought on Thanos and he got hit by the moon, and when he got stabbed, I was like, no, you are not killing Iron Man. You're not killing my favorite superhero. That's not happening. And when you could see the emotional depth with him when he gave Spider-Man the Iron Spider suit. Scott, did you see Avengers Infinity War? If you didn't see Avengers Infinity War, this has a ton of spoilers. So, and then at the end, when the only person left on Titan was Nebula, just seeing his emotional depth, which Robert Downey Jr. knocks it out of the park every single time. And last up, my dude, Spider-Man. Tom Holland, they finally did a great job getting someone to play Spider-Man who's actually in high school. I'm 29. If the person playing Spider-Man who's a high school kid is older than me, they should not be playing Spider-Man. Like when Andrew Garfield was 33 trying to play a high school kid. No. Tom Holland was fantastic. I loved his pop culture sense of humor. I loved his banter with all the different characters. Him and Iron Man are such a great team up. Him in the beginning, I seen that for the distraction. Him saying at the end, I don't want to go. And when he was talking with Star-Lord, like Footloose was never the greatest movie. And he was great. And you know he's coming back. Spider-Man 2 is already in production. Okay, so my 3 favorite team-ups in the movie. So, number 1, Thor and Rocket. So, I had a rabbit as a kid when Thor kept calling Rocket Raccoon, Sweet Rabbit, and when them going on their journey together. And let's throw Groot in there too, because Groot did provide a severed arm as the handle and stand for Stormbreaker. And when they came back to Earth and landed on Wakanda, and like, bring me Thanos, and they were just together, just taking names. Whew, man, that was awesome. And just the whole emotional journey that Thor was on throughout the movie. In the beginning, seeing like his loved ones die, and him getting the eye from Rocket. And I love their team up. Number 2, Doctor Strange and Iron Man. From Doctor Strange just appearing out of nowhere saying, we need your help. And then he's like, why should I trust you? And then he has the Hulk. And then once he sees Hulk just completely disheveled, distraught, and he hugs him and Pepper. And then throughout the entire movie, with their quips, hitherto, Doctor Strange telling him that he's not going to sacrifice the stone for him or Spider-Man, which he ends up doing, which I absolutely love them two together. I mean, in a way, their origins are both right. They're really smart. I mean, one's a Doctor Strange, I mean, a surgeon. The other graduated MIT at age 17. So they're both brilliant. They're both witty. They're both arrogant and became heroes to put other people before themselves. And the final team up that I really enjoyed was Okoye, Black Widow, and Scarlet Witch on Wakanda. Just seeing them take down Proxima Midnight and seeing all of them just interact with each other. And Okoye sent, after seeing the power of Scarlet Witch, saying, why wasn't she here? And the first, well, yeah, because she was watching Vizzy. And, okay, so my favorite parts of the movie. So, the intro fight. Just to assert Thanos' dominance, him body slamming the Hulk, him snapping Loki's neck, he could have killed Thor right there if he wanted to, and stabbing Heimdall. I mean, that was just a great way to kickstart the movie, get you excited. And so, how Thanos got the Soul Stone. Him threatening to kill Nebula and getting it out of Nebula that Gamora knew exactly where to find the Soul Stone to go to Vormir. And we see Red Skull, which we haven't seen. Red Skull wasn't in a movie since the first Captain America, and that was back in the day of 2011. So I was completely surprised to see Red Skull. I was really excited to see him again. It wasn't Hugo Weaving, it was some other actor, which he just doesn't like the prosthetics, the makeups, yada, yada, yada. But it was great seeing him and the price to pay it. And you could see, even though Thanos is an animated CG character, and seeing the tear go down his face when he had to sacrifice Gamora to get the Soul Stone. I mean, again, Josh Brolin was fantastic in this movie. It was Thanos' movie, and I'm excited to see Josh Brolin as Cable as well. Dude can act. He's great. And next part I really liked. So, Thor getting Stormbreaker. His interactions with Peter Dinklage, him opening the eye up to make sure that the dying star was set, and everything from there was just amazing. And then seeing Groot act as the handle and making sure that he could see Stormbreaker and get it, and yeah, that was just one of those moments. Okay, and then final two favorite parts of the movie. So, Battle on Wakanda. When you see Black Panther, when you see Cap, Winter Soldier, I mean, all of them, that was amazing. Just seeing them take down the Black Order, and then the emotional battle with Vision and Scarlet Witch, and then seeing Thor come out of nowhere with Stormbreaker, and that was amazing. Just, yeah. Thor with Stormbreaker is probably the most powerful Avenger, because that thing is lethal. I mean, and when Thanos was like, you should have gone for the head. I mean, when I was watching this YouTube review, he's like, if you would have just, like, taken his hand off, and this way he couldn't snap, then I guess half the people couldn't have died. So, yeah, and love that. And then the final thing I loved was the battle on Titan. The whole plan with Star-Lord, Doctor Strange, Iron Man, Spider-Man, Nebula. I mean, that was so great. I mean, just seeing, like, Doctor Strange, like, have his thousands of different beings and, like, try to get him, and then trying to get the Infinity Gauntlet off of him, and then Star-Lord freaking out because Gamora died, which, even if they would have gotten the Gauntlet there for a second, Thanos probably would have gotten it back. He's still Thanos. And just seeing how, just the emotional of everyone, and yeah, I mean, I was just blown away, and I was kind of heartbroken when I saw it the first time, just seeing everyone just fade to dust. So, okay, so what I didn't like. So at first, now the things I didn't like at first were Star-Lord messing everything up with the gauntlet, but yeah, I mean, they probably wouldn't have won it that way, because you gotta realize, Doctor Strange said he saw over 14 million different ways that they're going to win. And that was the only way that they could win, was giving him the stone. And also the first time I saw it, I was expecting Thor with Stormbreaker to beat Thanos, and that was going to be it. And then when he said you should have gone for the head, and then everyone just started appearing just like, no, no, no. So at first I didn't like that, but unlike the other two Avengers movies where you had to wait 3 years, Avengers 4 is going to be next May. And we got Ant-Man in July. There's a new trailer dropping tomorrow. And Captain Marvel, which that's going to be in March, about 2 months before Avengers 4, which we don't know the title of that, just because I'm sure it's going to be a massive spoiler. So let's talk about who's left and who died. So here's who's left: Captain America, Thor, Hulk, Black Widow, War Machine, Rocket Raccoon, Nebula, and Iron Man. So now, granted, I don't know if either Ant-Man. I gotta think Captain Marvel is gonna be in Avengers 4, Hawkeye, Wasp. So let's see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Avengers. So I guess more screen time for them. I have no idea how Avengers 4 is gonna work, but there's gotta be some way to bring back those who are dusted. And speaking of the deaths, okay, let's run through them. So Loki choked to death by Thanos. Heimdall, sword to the heart. The Collector wiped out. Gamora thrown off the cliff. Vision, the Mind Stone plucked from his head. No. Although Paul Bettany's got Solo coming out. And Blackwater taken up by the Avengers. And now we go to the Dusted. Spider-Man taken up. Spider-Man's coming back. Spider-Man's coming back. Doctor Strange, T'Challa, Black Panther, Bucky Barnes, Winter Soldier, Mantis, Groot, Drax, Peter Quill, Star-Lord, Wanda Maximoff, Scarlet Witch, Sam Wilson, Falcon, Maria Hill, and Nick Fury. So here's what I think. I think that everyone that died of the non-dusted, I think they're dead. I think everyone who died from the dusted, I think they're going to come back some way, at least Spider-Man and Black Panther. Because you can go on without Spider-Man, with everyone else but Spider-Man and Black Panther, but there's no way that Disney and Marvel are foregoing Spider-Man and Black Panther sequels. I mean, Spider-Man 2 with Tom Holland's already in production. Unless they're not going to waste production time and just have that all be a fake out just to have him die. So they'll be coming back. And then finally, let's talk about the end credit scene. So we see Nick Fury and Maria Hill, and then they're looking for this person in a car. No one's there. And they see helicopters, planes crashing into buildings just because people are dying, people are dusted. And then Maria Hill starts to go, and then Samuel Jackson starts to go, and he's sending a message on a beeper. We don't know who that's to at the time. And he's like about to say his classic catchphrase. He's like, "Mother!" And the last thing we see is the beeper, like sending, sent. Then we see the Captain Marvel logo, so that drums up the anticipation for Captain Marvel, which is happening in March of 2019. So I was going to see that regardless, and I'm pumped to see an Oscar winner, Brie Larson, take on a role in a Marvel superhero movie. I was pumped before, but after seeing the end credit scene, I'm really... Oh, come on, Tyler! It was awesome. You're just a Marvel hater. God, The Rock could be in a Marvel movie, and it could be all about Miami, and you'd still not like it. But yeah, overall, really liked it. So, what? Okay. So, someone hacked my friend Tyler's phone, and Justice League better. Okay, just to put I know that box office doesn't indicate if a movie's better or not. Justice League's whole domestic run, entire domestic and foreign, did around $657 million. Opening weekend for Infinity War did over $630 million. Avengers Infinity War almost did the entire theatrical run of Justice League in its opening weekend. Yeah, I mean, I'm at a loss for words comparing Justice League to Avengers Infinity War. I mean, God, Steppenwolf was one of the worst villains. I mean, anyone that's watching this video could have done a better job as Steppenwolf, or probably wrote a better movie than Justice League. Come on. Hey, not that there's anything wrong with that. Good for him. I'm happy. Whatever makes him happy. He's a great Spider-Man. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Speaking of not that there's anything wrong with that, yesterday was Jerry Seinfeld's birthday. I hope Jerry had a fantastic birthday. Okay, I'm rambling. Overall, I really like the movie. You should see it again. And if you like this video, like it, share it, write a comment. And if you haven't already done so, subscribe to me on YouTube. It's Way of Weinstein. And if you want my... Don't listen to Tyler. Yes, see Avengers Infinity War because 257 million people saw Avengers Infinity War. It's amazing. Now, I will say this. It's better than Avengers Age of Ultron, but I can't put it above the first Avengers in 2012, which is my favorite Marvel movie. But yeah, so if you like my humor and want to see more of me on social media, again, it's at jwine88 on Twitter and Instagram, and Way of Weinstein at YouTube. Again, more importantly, other than Tyler, who for some reason didn't like it and thinks Justice League is better, other than Tyler, comment what you think. Let me know. I'm interested to hear your thoughts on the movie. And I can't wait for the next Marvel movie, which is going to be Ant-Man and the Wasp, coming out in July. And that's all. See ya.